She said, "I drained your savings to invest in my friend's crypto startup. We're going to be rich. $80,000 gone." I replied, "I trust your judgment." Then I reported it to the SEC. Her friend's startup was a Ponzi scheme. When federal agents raided her friend's house and named her as a co-conspirator. Original post I, 36 male. Discovered the empty savings account on a Thursday afternoon. Was checking balances to plan for property taxes. The account that had $82,000 just last month showed $1,847. My girlfriend Jessica, 33, and I had been together 4 years, living together for 2. Not married, thank God. We kept separate finances mostly, but I'd given her access to this one savings account for emergencies while I traveled for work. My hands were shaking as I called the bank. Maybe fraud? System error? The authorized user Jessica Winters withdrew $80,000 via wire transfer on October 3rd, the rep said. October 3rd. 2 weeks ago. While I was at a conference, I called Jessica. She answered on the third ring, chipper as always. "Hey babe, how's your day?" "Jess, where's the money from the savings?" Pause. Then excitement in her voice. "Oh, I was going to surprise you tonight. I invested it." "You, what?" "My friend Brianna from yoga? She's launching this amazing crypto platform called NextGenCoin. It's going to revolutionize decentralized finance. She let me in as an early investor." I literally couldn't speak. "Babe, we're going to be rich." She showed me the projections, 400% returns in 6 months. I invested the whole $80,000 to maximize our profits. "You took $80,000 without asking me?" "I knew you'd overthink it. You always do with investments. Sometimes you just have to trust your gut, and trust me. That was my inheritance from my dad. You knew that. And now it'll be worth $320,000. You should be thanking me." I hung up. Sat in my car for probably an hour. Then I Googled NextGenCoin crypto platform. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. Googled Brianna Matthews cryptocurrency. Found her Instagram. Full of motivational quotes, pictures of rented Lamborghinis, and posts about financial freedom. Classic scammer profile. But I didn't explode, didn't rush home for a confrontation. Instead, I called my buddy Tom, who works in financial compliance. "Tom, I need you to look into something. Quietly." Update 1. 3 days later, Tom got back to me with exactly what I expected. NextGenCoin wasn't registered with any financial authority. No SEC filing, no FinCEN registration, nothing. But it got worse. "Dude, this is a textbook Ponzi scheme," Tom said. "They're promising guaranteed returns, paying old investors with new investor money. Your girlfriend's friend? She's recruiting people and getting commissions." "Commissions?" "Yeah, 15% of whatever she brings in. Your girlfriend probably doesn't know that. Or maybe she did." I was starting to wonder. Jessica came home that night bubbling with excitement. Showed me a dashboard on her phone showing our investment had already grown to $84,000. See, $4,000 in 3 days. "Can you withdraw any of it?" "Why would we? It's growing. Brianna says if we leave it for the full term, we could see $1 million. Try to withdraw just the $4,000 profit." She rolled her eyes but tried. Error message. Technical maintenance. Try again in 24-48 hours. "That's weird," she said. "But Brianna explained this might happen. They're upgrading their systems to handle all the new investors." I recorded her saying all this on my phone. Just voice memo running in my pocket. "Jess, this sounds like a scam." Her face went red. "You always do this. You never trust my judgment. Brianna is my friend. She wouldn't scam me." "How long have you known Brianna?" 6 months, and she's already bought a Tesla with her profits." "I've seen it." "Leased or purchased? What does that matter?" "God, you're so negative. This is why I didn't tell you." She stormed off to the bedroom. I slept on the couch and spent the night preparing. First, I screenshot everything. The website, what little existed, her dashboard, Brianna's social media, everything. Then I did something that would later prove crucial. I found other victims. Searching variations of NextGenCoin scam on Facebook, found a small group of people asking questions. "Anyone else having withdrawal issues with NextGenCoin? Is Brianna Matthews legit?" I messaged them all from a throwaway account. Within hours, I had a network of 12 people who'd invested between $10K and $100 each. All recruited by friends, all unable to withdraw anything. Total stolen approximately $800,000. Then I went to the SEC website and filed a detailed complaint. Attached everything. named Brianna Matthews as the primary perpetrator and included Jessica as a potential co-conspirator since she'd started posting about it on her social media, trying to recruit others. Was I throwing my girlfriend under the bus? Maybe. But she'd stolen $80,000 from me. The gloves were off. Update 2. 1 week later, Jessica had gone full crypto evangelist. She'd posted on Facebook, Instagram, even LinkedIn about this amazing opportunity. Her exact words: "PM me if you want to 10x your money in months, not years." Her sister called me. "Tom, Jessica's been trying to get me to invest my kids' college funds." "What's going on?" "It's a scam, Rachel. Don't give her a penny." "Are you sure?" "Dead sure. I've already reported it." Rachel was quiet. Then, she said you were jealous of her success, that you couldn't handle her making smart financial decisions without you. She stole $80,000 from my savings without telling me. What? Word spread through her family fast. Her mom called me crying, asking if it was true. Her dad wanted to know if I was pressing charges. "Not yet," I said, "but tell them not to invest anything." Meanwhile, Jessica was oblivious. She'd even convinced her coworker Miranda to invest $5,000. When I heard that, I knew I had to escalate. Called the FBI's Internet Crime Complaint Center. Filed another report. Then I called the State Attorney General's office. Consumer Fraud Division was very interested, especially when I mentioned the amount and number of victims. But here's where Jessica's entitlement went nuclear. She came home with paperwork. Actual printed contracts. "I've been talking to Brianna about bringing you in as a partner. If we invest another $50,000, we get moved to the platinum tier with 600% returns. We don't have another $50,000. We could take out a home equity loan or borrow from your mom." "Absolutely not." She slammed the papers down. "You're gonna feel so stupid when Brianna's company goes public. She's already talking to venture capitalists." "Name one." "They're under NDAs." "God, you know nothing about business." "I know enough not to drain someone's savings without permission." It's called taking initiative. Maybe if you weren't so risk-averse, we'd already be wealthy. The audacity. She stole my money and was now insulting me for not letting her steal more. "You're right," I said calmly. "I trust your judgment." She blinked, surprised. "Really?" "Yeah, you clearly know what you're doing." She hugged me. "I knew you'd come around. This is going to change our lives." It certainly was, just not how she expected. Update 3. 2 weeks later. The SEC moves slower than you'd think, but the state AG's office? They were on it. Especially after I connected them with the other victims who'd all filed complaints. Jessica was still riding high, posting daily updates about building wealth and investing in your future. She'd even started a YouTube channel, Crypto Queen Jessica. Had maybe 40 subscribers, but she acted like she was the next financial guru. Brianna, meanwhile, was escalating. She announced a conference for all next-gen coin investors. $500 per ticket, but that would be credited toward your investment. Jessica bought 2 tickets without asking me. "It's in Miami. We can make it a vacation." "I'm not going." "Why are you being like this?" "Brianna says negative energy affects the blockchain algorithm." I almost laughed. "The blockchain algorithm?" "Yes, it's all about positive manifestation combined with revolutionary technology." She'd drunk the entire pitcher of Qley. The conference was in 3 weeks. I marked my calendar, but not for the reasons she thought. That night, while Jessica was at her next-gen coin success mindset Zoom meeting, yes, that was a real thing, I got an email that made my heart race. From SEC.enforcement, sa.gov, subject, Complaint number 224-103847. Dear Mr. Morrison, we have reviewed your submission and have opened a formal investigation into NextGen Coin and associated parties. An investigator will contact you within 48 hours. Do not alert the subjects of this investigation. I deleted the email after saving it to my cloud storage. Jessica was in the living room, laptop open, taking notes while Brianna talked about revolutionary passive income streams. I could see Brianna on the screen. Designer clothes, perfect makeup, sitting in what looked like a mansion. All funded by people like Jessica, by my money. Update 4, 3 weeks later. 2 days before the Miami conference, things moved fast. Thursday morning, 6 a.m., Jessica was still asleep. My phone rang. Unknown number. Mr. Morrison, this is Special Agent Diana Powell with the FBI. We're working with the SEC on the next-gen coin investigation. Can you come to our field office today? I went. Spent 4 hours being interviewed, providing documentation. They had everything. Bank records, showing money flowing from victims to Brianna's accounts, then to offshore accounts, then back to her personal shopping and lifestyle. Your girlfriend received a $12,000 commission for recruiting Miranda Walsh, Agent Powell said, sliding a paper across the table. My stomach dropped. Jessica got commissions? 3 so far. Total of $18,500. Did you know about this? No. She's been classified as a co-conspirator. We have warrants ready. The raids will happen tomorrow morning. Raids? Brianna Matthews' residence and the next-gen coin office. Your girlfriend will likely be arrested too. I sat there, processing. Jessica hadn't just been scammed. She'd become part of the scam. What should I do? Act normal. Don't tip her off. And Mr. Morrison, you might want to separate your remaining finances immediately. I went straight to the bank. Removed her from the emergency account she drained, changed all my passwords, opened new accounts she didn't know about, moved everything. That night, Jessica was packing for Miami. You sure you won't come? It's going to be life-changing. I have to work, she shrugged. Your loss. Brianna says they're announcing something huge. Maybe an IPO. She kissed me goodbye. Love you. When I get back, we should look at houses. We'll be able to afford something amazing soon. I watched her pack her laptop, her investment portfolio binder, her next-gen coin founder t-shirt Brianna had sent her. Love you too, I said. It was the last normal conversation we'd have. Update 5 the next day. I called in sick to work and waited. 9:17 a.m. Jessica called. She was screaming. What did you do? What the hell did you do? What's wrong? The FBI is at Brianna's house. They're at the conference hotel. They're arresting everyone. What? Why? Don't play dumb. They said someone reported us. It was you, wasn't it? Reported what, Jess? Your legitimate investment? Silence. Then, this is because you're jealous. You couldn't stand that I was successful without you. Successful? Can you withdraw any of that money? That's not. Brianna explained. Did you know you were getting commissions? Longer silence. It was a referral bonus. That's normal. You told me it was your investment growing. You lied. I was going to tell you. I was going to surprise you with background noise, male voice. Ma'am, you need to come with us. No, I didn't do anything. Tom, call a lawyer. Get me out of this. Line went dead. I did call a lawyer, for myself, to make sure I wasn't liable for any of her crimes, and to start the process of recovering what I could from the assets that would be frozen. By noon, it was all over the news. FBI raids cryptocurrency Ponzi scheme, 47 arrests made. Brianna Matthews was the lead story. $14 million stolen from over 200 victims across 12 states. Jessica was named as one of 17 recruitment coordinators who'd earned commissions for bringing in new victims. Her mugshot was brutal. Mascara running, hair a mess, wearing that ridiculous next-gen coin founder shirt. Her family started calling immediately. Her mom, how could you let this happen? She stole $80,000 from me. I reported a crime. Her dad, you destroyed her life. She destroyed her own life when she became a scammer. Her sister Rachel was the only reasonable one. I'm sorry, Tom. She brought this on herself. Update 6, 1 week later. Jessica made bail. Her parents put up their house as collateral. She showed up at our apartment, my apartment, only my name on the lease, at 10 p.m., mascara already running. Please, Tom, please tell them it was a mistake. Tell them I didn't know. You got $18,500 in commissions. I thought it was profit sharing. You lied to me about it. I was going to surprise you. You tried to get your sister to invest her kids' college funds. I thought I was helping her. You knew. Deep down, you knew something was off. But the money was too good. She broke down completely. I just wanted us to be rich. I wanted to prove I could do something big without your help. You did something big, all right. Federal crimes are pretty big. This is your fault. If you just supported me, get out. This is my home too. No, it's not. Your name isn't on the lease. You have no legal right to be here. Leave now or I call the cops. You wouldn't. I pulled out my phone and dialed 911. She ran. Her lawyer, public defender, reached out the next day. They wanted me to testify that Jessica was manipulated, that she didn't understand what she was doing. Will you help her? No. She could go to prison for 3 to 5 years. Then she should have thought about that before stealing my inheritance and scamming others. The entitlement didn't stop. Jessica's mom called me crying, begging me to help. Her dad offered to pay me back partially if I'd testify on Jessica's behalf. I'll give you $30,000 if you help her. You don't have $30,000. You mortgaged your house for her bail. I'll get a loan. To help the daughter who committed wire fraud, no bank will touch you. Update 7. 1 month later. The asset forfeiture was swift. Everything Brianna owned was seized. Every victim who could prove their investment got put on a list for restitution. I was number 3 on that list due to the amount and my early reporting. Jessica's assets were frozen too. Her car, that she was still making payments on, her jewelry, everything of value. She tried one last manipulation. Posted a sob story on social media about being betrayed by someone I loved and falling victim to a sophisticated scam. Started a crowdfunding campaign for her legal defense. It raised $234 before being shut down for violating the platform's terms about funding legal defense for financial crimes. The other victims weren't sympathetic either. Miranda, her coworker who'd lost $5,000, posted, "Jessica knew. She convinced me to invest my mother's cancer treatment fund. I hope she rots." Jessica's professional life imploded. She was fired from her marketing job immediately. Her LinkedIn became a wasteland. Someone, not me, made a website, jessicawinterscammer.com, with all the public court documents. She texted me from a burner phone, "You've ruined my life. I'll never work again. I'll never recover from this. Are you happy?" I responded, "You ruined your own life. I just reported it. I loved you. You loved my money. And even that wasn't enough." Final update, 6 months later. The trial was quick. Brianna got 12 years federal prison. She'd stolen over $14 million total when all the victims were counted. The money was gone, spent on luxury goods, trips, and transferred to accounts in countries that don't cooperate with U.S. law enforcement. Jessica pled guilty to wire fraud and conspiracy charges. The prosecution had too much evidence. The commissions, the recruitment posts, the messages where she acknowledged people couldn't withdraw funds but kept recruiting anyway. She got 18 months in federal prison, 3 years supervised release, and ordered to pay $63,000 in restitution to her victims. At sentencing, she tried one last play. "Your Honor, I was manipulated by a close friend. My boyfriend reported me out of spite after I made an investment decision without consulting him. I'm the real victim here." The judge wasn't having it. "Miss Winters, you received nearly $20,000 in commissions for recruiting victims to a scheme you had reason to know was fraudulent. You continued recruiting even after being unable to withdraw funds yourself. You are not a victim, you are a perpetrator." Her parents were there. They looked broken. They'd spent their retirement savings on her lawyer, put their house up for bail, and their daughter was still going to prison. As for my money, I got $31,000 back from the asset forfeiture. Better than nothing, but that inheritance from my dad is mostly gone forever. Jessica's sister Rachel reached out last week. She's in the minimum security facility. She wanted me to ask if you'd put money in her commissary account. The audacity never ends. No. She says you owe her for destroying her life. She owes me $49,000 and an apology. She'll never pay either. You're right. I'm sorry I asked. I'm sorry for everything she did. I'm doing okay now. Dating someone new. A teacher who thinks cryptocurrency is imaginary money for people who think they're too smart for regular scams. She's not wrong. The apartment is mine alone now. Peaceful. No one's going to drain my accounts for their friend's revolutionary investment opportunity. I kept one thing from the whole mess. A screenshot of Jessica's Crypto Queen YouTube channel. 43 subscribers. 0 videos now, all deleted. The bio still reads, "Building generational wealth, one blockchain at a time." Sometimes when people ask why I'm so careful with money, I show them that screenshot. Then I tell them about the time my ex-girlfriend stole my inheritance for a Ponzi scheme and ended up in federal prison. They usually think I'm joking. I wish I was. PSA, if someone promises guaranteed returns on cryptocurrency or any investment, it's a scam. If they need you to recruit others to make money, it's a scam. If you can't withdraw your funds whenever you want, it's a scam. And if your partner takes your life savings without asking, They're not your partner, they're a thief.